Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is I think I know where he is. The scripture comes from Luke 23 and 3. And Pilate asked Jesus, "Aren't you the king of the Jews?" You said so, Jesus replied. So here's the message. God said for somebody that you have asked God, where is my person? Where is my person? Where is my person? God said he know exactly what they is. He know exactly what they is. He know exactly what they is. God and it's wild because when I went out to the desert, I had no idea where I was going. And I kept having dreams about, what I'm saying, being out there. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I was having dreams about nature, being in nature, having tables outside and cooking outside. I was having dreams about the RV. And, like, you know what I'm saying? As weird as it may be, like I was having dreams about I don't even want to get into that, but it was just like my tongue is being bit when it comes to that. But I was literally like, it was so weird to me, and it's like I knew I was going to. I didn't even know, and the wildest thing about it is, when people say, obviously, God didn't scream to me, stop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just stop in the middle of the freeway. That's not what happened. But, it was kind of like I got to a certain point on the freeway. My tarp on top of my truck started messing up. And it was like, it was already catching wind because it's really windy out in the desert. And I basically had like a big old, like I had a bunch of suitcases on top of my truck covered with a tarp and held together my strings. Lord, by faith, okay? But the angels was holding that tarp down, baby. I couldn't help but to pull over. And baby, when I pulled over, that man saw me sitting out there trying to get that tarp together and couldn't help but to come outside and try to and help me. And curious as to what I was doing. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea that's what was going to happen. No idea. Just so happened to stop at the gas station this man worked at. They had no idea. That morning, I had no idea which way I was going to go. But it's funny because I looked at it later on. I would say like a couple months after I had met him, I had looked back at the map and I realized that both routes would have led me to end up passing by that way. And one route was longer than the other one. And it was funny because I looked at the time and like the difference, the time difference between the routes. And it was like, he told me that it was a chance of him working a different shift. And it's like, if I would have took the other route, I would have ended up like at that point by the time he would have been at the other shift. But he ended up taking the shift that he took, and I ended up taking the route that I took, and I ended up there at the exact time that I ended up there, so that when I did pull over at that gas station, it just so happens that he was there. That is chance, bro. Pure chance. And the fact that I had been dreaming about being out there before I was there is just like, I just feel like it was God flexing. Like, you cannot tell me. And I know people will say, Star, it don't make sense. And I know it don't. You right. Because I swear I just knew that I was finna move out to the desert and I was finna, my plans, you know what I'm saying, buy my little land and I was gonna build my house from the ground up, and or I was gonna go and buy me a house, give me a house from either buy me a little used RV or give me a little modular, how do you say it, modular home. My tongue is twisted, forgive me, y'all. A modular home, or you know what I'm saying, one on bricks or something like that, and put it on my, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That's what you know what I'm saying. But baby, God had a whole nother plan. A whole nother plan. I was thinking that I was just gonna have to thug it out for a while, you know what I'm saying, until I get everything to where it needs to be. But eventually it was gonna work itself out. Baby, boy, oh boy, did God have a whole nother plan in store. He had an entire different plan in store than the one that I thought. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. It is what it is, but that's what it was. But anyway, here's somebody, and I'm not even saying that, like, using that as an excuse to say that that man in particular is my husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that as an example for this message, for whoever this is for. You asking God, where's my husband? How do I know where he is? How do I know when I'm going to find him? How do I this? To be honest, 9 out of 10, God is not going to give you an announcement that you're about to find your husband. And you may not even know that that's what's going to be happening that day. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully and prayerfully, you just so happen to wear one of your cutest outfits, and you just so happen to have your hair done, and you just so happen to have your nails done, you just so happen to this, and you just so happen to that, and you just so happen to boom, 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 catch the eye of your husband. Okay, but anyways, that's the message. God said he know exactly what he is. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces. If you would like to send me a gift for my new home, you could use my Amazon wish list. The link is in my description box. You could also use my website, starscartel.com, my chime, $starscartel, my Zelle, tamarjanelle33 at gmail.com, or you could use my Venmo at starscartel, baby. And yeah. Thank you to everybody that has either purchased a gift already or sent me a blessing already, so that I could get the things that we have so far or are receiving so far. I'm so appreciative of you guys. I love you guys so much. I really do. I really do. I really do. And I can't stunt because I feel bad. I feel like you know what I'm saying? I just did this, and it's like, it's no way that I could even, like, I just feel like it's no way that Amazon is gonna give me that stuff back. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, I'm grateful regardless, and I really do love you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I pray that God bless you all thousandfold. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.